So if somebody buys one of those residential lots and wants to build, you've got construction perms.
Sure do. Yep. I've got construction perms for conventional as little as 5% down. I've got FHA 3.5% down construction perm, and I've got VA. I can go up to $1.5 million with zero money down, 2 million, 5% down. So you want to buy that lot and build your own home on it. I've got the products to do it. We can connect you with a great builder. But construction perm gets you what you want. You don't have to buy that production home that you're going to be barely able to push a wheelbarrow between you and your neighbor's house, and you got an HOA that you got to deal with. So if you want property or you want to build your own home and you don't want the same house that your neighbor has 5 doors down, then a construction to perm loan might be a great option for you.
Yep. Yeah. I just think, but it's important to know, because most people, I haven't done that many. There's not 20 years ago, most subdivisions, some of the large custom subdivisions, there was 5 approved builders. And that's the way you did it, was with a construction perm. They're very rare nowadays.
Well, not many lenders will do them because they're labor intensive. You have to remember that I've got to manage this loan for between 6 months and a year.
Yeah.
So, and I've got to dole out draws to the builder. I've got to have inspections done throughout the process. So it takes a lot more to do that. And that's why a lot of lenders just don't want to do it. But the beauty of my construction perms is most construction perm loans are what's called a 2-time close. So you close on the construction money, you get your temporary interest rate of, 9-10%, you build the home, and then you essentially refinance when it's finished. Well, you don't know what the market's going to be like when it's finished. So what I do is I give you a one-time close. You only pay closing costs one time. You lock in your interest rate up front all the way through construction. I can even add the payments into the new loan for the construction period. And then when the house is done, if interest rates are better, and they probably will be, than what they are today, I allow you to do a one-time float down option.
I didn't know you could usually you're making interest only payment while you're constructing.
Yeah. Well, on mine, you can
load that interest into the loan.
I can load that interest into it.
You guys are so flexible.
You're only making payments on what you've drawn as well. So yeah, I can load the payments in it, or you can make the payments yourself if you don't want to add that much into your loan, but tons of flexibility. The only one that I have to add them into is VA. VA requires.
Yep. And then Bruce, it's just funny. I was going through some old articles here and cleaning out my radio file here because I don't have a producer. Can't afford one.
That's because we're saving our clients money. We're not spending millions.
That's right.
On
well, my agent's still supposed to get me a contract with DBO to pay us to do this. It hasn't happened yet. Anyway, I found some old articles, and it's funny, from a year ago, talking about how real estate's going to crash. Real estate's going to just take it in the gut.
Boy, it sure did crash.
And it's like prices are going to fall. And then now the articles right now are about how prices around the country are up about 4% around the country. Average home price
in a crappy year.
When things were bad and they were saying they were going to get worse, they were flat.
Right.
And so it just amazes me. These pinheads are always wrong. And especially in you got the big tech companies, that do all the websites and Zillow and Redfin. And they've got all these people that have, they pay for an economics department and a bunch of guys to sit around and predict what's going to happen. It's like, who can afford to do that?
Isn't it interesting that the same people that are telling you that the market could crash are the same people that probably are
want to make an offer on your
hedge funds that making a discount offer on your house.
Yep.
Why would Redfin
about
and
70%
Open Door and whatever they all are, these hedge funds are buying properties like crazy? We're actually concerned that they could have too much of a market share on rental properties and start changing and being able to control purchase prices and rental prices if they become too strong. So you always want to, believe me, listen, I like doing business with small business people. I'm not a big business person. Okay. I like small business people, and I will always give them the benefit of the doubt. As long as they're competitive, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'd rather sell my house to, a nice family than I would a hedge fund. Now, you may say, why do I care? What difference does it make? I'll tell you, I care because I think I like my community and I want to be a good member of my community. And I don't think that feeding these dragons that just want to destroy everything for you for the sake of making money is the right thing to do. So I just prefer to do business with small business. I'm a small business person. And yet my mortgage rates and my terms are extremely competitive with any of these giant companies. So
well, I just think
it's better to deal with an individual.
We'll always think about this when listening to stuff from the media. When it's a larger organization, there, when you hear about right now, when you hear about prices up, that's the average trend around the country. You hear about something being down, they'll jump on that headline now because that's the one that kind of says, "Oh, that doesn't sound right." They want you to click on that, or they want you to listen and not change the channel. But like here, I got an article here about how the larger cities, they're showing their prices are down slightly because they had those massive swings up and 10 offers on the $2 million house, and it sold for 2.3 million.
Well, and you have to remember that our values dropped because people were getting more than the house was worth. So if your house was worth 500, but you had 5 buyers willing to give you 540 for it, then, and all of a sudden your house value drops back to 500. Did it really drop at all? It didn't drop at all.
You're not going to sell it right then, because that's the other thing too. People are not selling right now. That's what's kept our inventory low. We got people with 3% and 4% mortgages that want to stay put, rightly so. And even if you want to buy another house, I'd say keep that one. Let's rent it out.
I do too, man.
Have a real estate plan.
Keep that 3.5% interest rate and turn that into a rental and go buy your next property.
All right. And that's what I was talking about at the top of the show. I was talking about having a real estate plan. Whatever your plan is, call me. I can help you with it. Whether it's staying in your house and just having that one house, when's it time for the new home? When do you want to go from, a 1/4 acre lot to a 4 acre lot? When do you want to go from 4 bedrooms to 6 bedrooms? Or when do you want to go down from 6 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms?
Right.
You want to go from lakefront to golf front, whatever you want to do, let me know what that is and I'll help you with that. And then on the investment side, you want to own rental properties, we can make you a landlord. Or if you already own them, when is it time to sell? I had a gentleman call me yesterday off the radio, very interested. He's got an opportunity. But trouble is he has to sell something quickly on what he's looking at. So I'm going to get him prices on that and get that listed for him. And so he hopefully makes other move he wants to make on a rare property that came up that he wants to have. So I'd love to talk to you about what you've got going on with your real estate plans anytime you want. 407-352-8118, cleveloveland.com.
Yeah. And if you want the Lone Ranger and you would like to have a game plan on how to accumulate wealth in real estate, or if you're just looking to buy, sell, build, or whatever it is you would like to do with the house and you want a good mortgage lender, I would be honored to apply for that job. I've been in the mortgage business for 35 years. I've closed tens of thousands of transactions, and I'm right here in your backyard. I can promise you, you won't find a lender that'll take better care of you. Return phone calls, return emails, easy online application, and unbelievable interest rates and closing costs. So why go anywhere else? Why go to your bank? Why go to your credit union when you have somebody right here in your backyard that'll take great care of you? Give me an opportunity to earn that business. Check out my Google reviews, my Yelp reviews, my Zillow reviews. They're outstanding. Why? Because I truly care about my clients. I mean, you guys, we have them at movie night. We see clients at our happy hours and our events that we do. It's because we want to be in relationship with you. We want you to know that you have somebody that you can truly count on. And a lot of our clients, Cleve, have become our friends over the years.
I love seeing them when we do our client events. And it's just, I like seeing people, I've got, my workout buddies on his 3rd home. He's chomping at the bit to do his 4th. It's working well for him. I've got some good friends with 7, 8 rentals. We're talking about getting them down to 4 and then selling the big McMansion so they can buy. And I also talked to them about 1031 exchanges to avoid taxes on some of those rentals. I love helping people plan that. And then I know I'm always, if anybody needs a mortgage, I want them to go to you because I know the mortgage is done.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm always there to help your clients. And I always enjoy working with you and your team. If you'd like to reach Cleve Loveland, one of the best real estate agents in Central Florida, one of the best real estate agents, quite frankly, in the country. And he can be reached right now. And he's got a team of buyers agents on call, 407-352-8118 for Cleve Loveland, or the Lone Ranger, Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage, 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. Check out Cleve and I on YouTube channel, on our iHeartRadio podcast. I get calls in from my podcast all the time, but I'd like you to go to Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger YouTube channel, and subscribe, and just text me and let me know you subscribed. I'll tell you what, I'll send you a Starbucks card for a couple cups of coffee, and maybe we can get together and sit down and have a cup of coffee together. But I ask you to do that just to help me out, because it brings me up higher in my ranks. So today we've covered a lot of things. We covered the Fed, what the Fed's likely to do. We think that rates are going to stay steady till probably the end of the or mid year. I don't think we're going to see any type of dramatic drop in interest rates. Likely hit the fives by the election. That's provided we don't see high inflation. We went over Cleve's great listings. Check out his listings. Go to lovelandreport.com, right?
Yep.
And we talked about by the trend of homes over the last, every 10 years since what, 1920 or something?
1940. I mean,
1940.
The real estate's a solid investment. Let's just put it that way. You got to live somewhere.
There was never a 10-year period of time where people didn't make a ton of money. You're going to make money in real estate. So we talked about getting out of the vicious cycle of renting and into home ownership. I've got all kinds of first-time home buyer programs. I've got move-up programs. I'm helping clients buy condos on the beach right now. So just literally anything you want, you've got Cleve and I in your backyard right now. And we would be honored to work with each and every one of you. So we had a lot of things to cover. We covered our self-employed program and checking your tax returns before you go out and buy.
And I wanted to ask you about, did we cover DSCRs?
So we did.
I
mentioned it. So a DSCR. So let's just say that you want to buy an investment property, and maybe you don't report enough income, but you have the money to put down and you've got decent credit. A DSCR, the only income I use is the income that the rental property produces. So you go buy a house, you want to buy a $400,000 house, and the rent that produces is $3,500 a month. I can use that $3,500 a month to qualify you. I don't need your tax returns. I don't need your pay stubs. I don't need your tax, anything. Just bank statements to show that you have the cash to close and enough rent on the property and decent credit. And if you're interested in that, call me now. Construction perms we talked about. You want to build your own home. I've got construction perms, renovation loans, home equity line of credit, you name it. Call the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com.
All right.
Cleve,
if you've got any plans on selling this year or even next year, I come out and talk to people a long time before they're ready. You want my 50-point free staging checklist? You have investment property. You want to know what rent it should be getting. You have a bunch of investment properties. You want to know which one to sell, or should you be buying more? All these things I go through and I help people plan out at Loveland Properties, 407-352-8118, or go to cleveloveland.com. We'll be back here next weekend, hopefully have some inventory numbers. Thank you for doing this. I just want to wish my wife a happy anniversary. She's been putting up with me for 18 years. This gem. Friday, I think Friday's the 16th. So I definitely outkicked my coverage on that. So have a great weekend. We will talk to you next weekend.
Yep. And don't forget to tune into the Lone Ranger radio show tomorrow at 11 o'clock on WDBO. And you guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much for spending your time with us today.